down? Don't have the energy you used to? You want to put the zest back into your step? Then you need Super Mario Lizard Vitality. It's got everything you need to get your groove back. 100% guaranteed effective. Just look at what it's done for me. And enter the code Universalist at checkout to get a free subspace shipping on your order. So don't delay. Get your 30-day supply for only $29.99 Quatloos. Don't be a tool of the Galactic World Order. Get yours now. Ah!
Are you a family of 4 with more money than sense? Then why not plan your next vacation aboard the Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser? Your journey begins being hauled away in a windowless truck as you experience what it's like to be held hostage. You'll enjoy such amenities as blue milk, green milk, line dancing.
If you tell my force, my achy breaky force, I might blow up like Alderaan.
Bingo! The Rey and Kylo lightsaber duel. Our not-so-spacious accommodations, the Brig. And when it's all over, make a mad dash for daylight and freedom. The Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser. All the atmosphere of Star Wars, except without any of the fun. Yeah, how much does this cost anyway for a family of 4? $6,000? For what, line dancing and bingo? You gotta be an idiot to pay that much. I could do 10 weekends in Vegas for that kind of money.
Fade out.
Coming up on the CW, it's prom night. And love is in the air.
Until it's time to throw down.
Sam and Miguel share a tender moment.
But look who's crashing the party.
Watch as young couples share a romantic dance.
And fight. And dance fight.
Be sure to watch an extra special episode
of Kung Fu High Prom Night.
It's nap time. Thor plunges. His Marvel sucks. Star Trek Strange New World. Is terrible. Imus in the morning. WNBC. Garlic nuts. Cat's got nanas. Banana pancakes. All right, it's enough of that. Oh, that's cute. Hey everybody. How much in the morning, WNBC? WNBC. Let's check the levels on the mic before we begin.
You're K in the West.
What?
You're in the West, it's K.
No. Yeah, but it's not as famous. So, WNBC. Imus in the morning.
Never heard of it. So I'm not 80.
So anyway.
Heckle.
Okay, set the levels for that much. Close enough. There you go. How's everybody? How's everybody doing there? Hammers in the morning, WMC. So anyway, how is everybody? All right, let's get jump in. What are we gonna do? I don't know. Superhero Smackdown. So we'll do that. Best public domain footage money can buy. So Thor not having a good week too. I wonder why. Why is Thor not having a good week too?
It sucked.
It's totally. Where the heck is it? Son of a bitch.
Send you on Twitter.
Sent it on Twitter. No, I don't cancel that. Son of a monkey.
Probably a Forbes article.
Yeah, probably. Here we go. Breaking. Price of Reason. It's a tweet. Let me see. Yeah, I could Google it. Thor drop off. Box office Forbes. Here we go. Here we go. Thor. Oh, I have 3 of 4 free articles. Well, okay. Thank you for letting me know. Okay, got it. Thor 4 falls record 68%, but nears $500 million worldwide. This is by our buddy Scotty Mendelson.
Yep.
Scotty, as I call him, Scotty Mendelbaum.
He's not so bad.
He will respond to you every once in a while. Thor: Love and Thunder topped the box office in its second week, earning another $46 million for a new $232 million 10-day total. That's a whopping 68% drop from its $144 million Friday-Sunday launch, counting $29 million in Thursday previews, and B, precisely enough of a drop for Thor 4 to avoid the $100 million Losers Club. Still, a minus 68% would be bad for any big comic superhero movie, closer in spirit to Batman and Robin, 64% way back in 1997, after a then huge $43 million debut. Then the Batman, 50% after $134 million debut earlier this year. Is this a sign of trouble in the horizon for the MCU? So far, no. It's still on the path to pass $300 million in domestic and $7 million worldwide. Got to maintain that access, don't you, Scotty? That's sweet, sweet access. The film got middling from Marvel reviews and word of mouth. It just took a record-sized second-week drop for an MCU movie, just about 67% punches for Doctor Strange and the Multitude of Women, $187 million debut, and Spider-Man No Way Home, off a $260 million debut, and Black Widow, $80 million launch with Disney Plus Premier Access, muddying up the waters. However, almost every mid-July MCU movie, Spider-Man, Homecoming, Ant-Man, Wasp, Black Widow, took a massive for Marvel second-week hit, and those two, the not ones Disney Plus concurrently recovered and legged out over the summer. We'll see if Thor earns closer to 1.6 times its 10-day total, like Ant-Man 2, Spider-Man 1 version 3.0, or closer to 1.4 times its 10-day total, like Black Widow, Doctor Strange 2, and Eternals. Factors are working against that, like mixed reviews, word of mouth, and awareness that the Taika Waititi directed film will be on Disney Plus after 45 days. However, it's not like the movie got reviews and buzz on par with Morbius. The good news is that the film is the last live-action big movie for kids until Avatar re-release on September 23rd or Black Adam on October 21st, unless Jordan Peele's Nope, David Leitch's Bullet Train, or Olivia Wilde's Don't Worry, Darling turn out to be fun for the whole family, and not just cool families like mine. Your family's cool, Scott? I doubt that. The closest thing to demographic competition will be Warner Brothers Discovery's DC League of Super Pets on July 29th. Oh God, the irony if a DC animated film opens big and undercuts Disney's big MCU sequel. He gets paid to write this. Scott Mendelson gets paid to write this. Even if it only legs as well as Black Widow from this point on forward, it's still going to earn around $325 million domestic, or better than Thor Ragnarok, $315 million in 2017, $320 million just for inflation. If it legs close to Spider-Man Homecoming, it'll end up with top over under the Batman, $370 million domestic. What did the Batman make? Twilight of the Bat. Let me see. The Batman box office. The Batman made $770.8 million US. No, it says no. US dollars. That's worldwide. All right, so it's not chump change, but the Batman should be doing $1 billion. Where was I? Considering this is the fourth Thor and doesn't bring much new to the table, Jane Foster's back, But now, also, Thor isn't as big a hook as the internet might assume. Thor 4 earning about as much as Thor 3 isn't exactly a catastrophe. Just because Spider-Man No Way Home soared to infinity and beyond doesn't mean Ant-Man and Wasp didn't only gross $620 million. Okay, yes, come on, Scotty. With $498 million, it'll pass the $500 million global tomorrow and zoom past Venom Let There Be Carnage this week. It's also worth remembering that Thor Ragnarok earned $854 million in 2017, which was seen as an unquestionable win alongside Spider-Man Homecoming, $881 million, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, that figure sans China, pre-COVID expectations, earning yada, yada, yada. Okay. If Black Panther Wakanda Forever gets mixed reviews and ends up closer to $600 million, then $900 million, I think, drop on par with Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, but sans China and Russia. Why did I say Russia? Why did I say that? Weird. And if Guardians of the Galaxy 3 Volume 3 performs likewise next summer, then we could panic. I still think Disney Plus television shows are threatening to dilute the brand, especially if they're terrible. I got stuff to say about that. The available on Disney Plus in 45 days factor isn't helping repeat viewings or encouraging the casually curious to check it out. However, thus far, Marvel is still Marvel. These are still huge numbers by any rational standard, unless you expect solo MCU movies to crack 1 billion, and that's dumb. The MCU is only part of the post-Iger Disney that's still acting like Iger-era Disney. That's right. That is by design. I curse them. This is for my God. Okay. So anyway, it's. Hey, listen. This movie is not good. It's. I'm trying to find the right words here. It's just not worthy of seeing repeat viewings or. And it's not working towards anything. I mean, it's just kind of meandering. The MCU is just kind of meandering right now. It's not. All right, listen, they're going to have to do something. They're going to have to introduce some sort of big bad. You're going to have to come in and say, hey, this is what we're working towards. We're working towards Doctor Doom. We're working towards Galactus. We're working towards Null. Because Natalie Portman's standing on a box for 2 hours with CGI muscles isn't what people are going to want to see. It's not enough. It's not enough. It's not enough, right?
No, that's dumb.
It's a dumb. Immediately, what did I do? Immediately when I saw Natalie Portman struggle to lift a plastic hammer, I said, "Huh?"
You yelled.
I yelled and screamed, and I bought a Cyberfrog T-shirt.
You rebelled like a little bitch.
That's right. It's been written by a man with the mentality of 7-year-old or so, has been said. But we knew something. When I first saw Iron Man.
See Taika Waititi, he said I would have fired me if I were me.
Oh, you may get your wish.
Or if I were my boss, I'd fire me.
If I were my boss, I'd fire me.
Yeah, send me that. He tweeted that the other day. Send me that again.
This is what we're doing. This is what we're dealing with. Taika Waititi, I hate using that word, said I would fire me if I were my boss. Yeah, it's spoken. For fuck's sake. Let me see. Taika Waititi, I would fire me if I were my boss. It's not. You're not helping your case.
Probably sent it to you on Twitter.
Probably. You're not helping your freaking case, man. Your Twitter, oh well, but that's his humor. That's his humor. You know what? Well, knock it off. Just knock it off. Pardon me.
No, yesterday.
Here it is. Got it. Got it. Let me share this screen. Let me share this one. No, I don't want to open up. I don't want to open up.
Captain Marvel and Iron Man hate each other too. That was
They-
the other one.
I did?
Mm-hmm. And that experience.
What experience?
The Disneyland Marvel experience.
Oh.
Was it like Disney Paris?
So here's
That was Disneyland in Paris.
there's Euro Disney, yeah.
Who knew?
It's been there for 25 years.
How the fuck am I supposed to know that?
Over here is going to direct just for one day, and then we're going to see how he goes.
Learning experience. Exciting.
Okay.
Love and Thunder.
Love and Thunder. Worst heavy metal album title ever.
It's just so loud and in your face and flamboyant.
And terrible.
It's always really fun working with Taika.
3, 2, 1, scream!
You had the Guardians of the Galaxy in for 10 minutes, and then they disappear. You know what? Not for nothing. I think a lot of people went into this thinking, hey, you know what? Guardians of the Galaxy, hey, Thor's going to be palling around with the Guardians of the Galaxy. Or they're going to play a major part in the movie. No, they're in for 10 minutes. 10 minutes.
It's been an absolute disaster, but that's just the way it is on my films.
Taika is like a big kid, sort of genius child. This imagination is second to none.
So this is essentially just a puff piece for Taika Waititi. This is just so people don't get pep.
Taika's a very bloody original filmmaker.
Bloody original filmmaker.
He's a troll.
He's mind-blowingly talented.
This movie is just going to double down on Ragnarok, how vibrant the worlds are.
Oh yeah, but you didn't double down on anything good from Ragnarok.
Taika wanted to have fun, tell a big story,
And show Natalie Portman standing on a box.
also showcase this emotion and this heart that Taika can do.
Yeah, those scenes were few and far between.
I think Taika is really good at reflecting.
So, Natalie Portman. Hey, where's those female director? Where's that dress with the female directors all written on it?
Stop setting that up. It's just gonna fall.
I got my butt scratcher.
the way life can be dark and comedic all at once.
So we wanted to make a crazy space adventure,
And you failed.
but also something that's emotional and means something.
You ever feel lost? Look into the eyes of the people that you love.
It's not as profound as you think. Not,
Sensing feelings?
not in this context.
Well, you're right.
Taika brought such a new energy, not just to the Marvel universe, but to this franchise.
Okay, can Tessa Thompson just drop the fake British accent? She's not good at it. No, she's from Los Angeles.
It certainly has everything: comedy, drama, action. There's never a dull moment.
Yeah, never a dull moment, but it's not very interesting.
When we first came up with Love and Thunder, we thought, yeah, the fans will really freak out about this. I love you all, and
No, the fans will really freak out about this, or they'll be bored senseless. Sounds like they're the latter.
that is a wrap.
Okay, yeah. All right, so I'm bored just talking about it.
So it sucks and it dropped a lot. Then we're talking about how much Marvel stuff.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So Ms. Marvel, we watched the end of Ms. Marvel. And if this is the future of the MCU, then dear God, they are in a lot of trouble. Holy cow, are they in trouble? I mean, it was completely incoherent. It was nonsensical. It was the whole thing felt almost. I don't want to even say an after-school special, but all it seemed to do was, oh, hey, look, Ms. Marvel. She's a Muslim, and this is her Muslimness, and she's the most Muslim that ever Muslimed. Can I do another rendition of the music from Ms. Marvel from last week?
I have to get the sitar.
I have to get the sitar. You mean Meet the Cons? Keeping Up with the Cons, yeah. Do I have Keeping Up with the Cons on here?
You do on the thumb drive?
I do have here. I have it here. Hold on, somewhere. Let me see. Hold on. You what? Here are things about the internet is reading about today. Where the heck is it? Yeah, Keeping Up with the Cons. There it is. Where the heck is it? There it is. Keeping Up with the Cons. And that would have been a much better. Actually, that's a much better series. No super chat. We're working on that. I'm working on that. Sorry. But this whole problem with, again, you make everyone around the main character more interesting than the main character. And the other part is she comes across, I have nothing against the actress, but the character comes across as just a bratty teenager. Oh my God. I'm just trying to superhero. Oh my God. You're like totally embarrassing me.
I like the actress more than
Yeah.
Zoe.
Well, yeah. Well, that's.
I like among the Hollywood.
Yeah. MCU could have gone to dignity. Why took a few more millions? Well.
Ms. Marvel.
It's been a hard day's night. And he has that song, Hey Jude?
No. I do that for 6 episodes straight of a TV show. You're a racist.
And of course, now that it's a dud, and that it's
now it's okay to hate it.
It's okay now. That's okay to hate it. Now we see the pushback. Now, what do we mean by the pushback? Now, we have The Usual Suspects coming out.
You're a racist, Rob. You're just a racist because you
I am.
Ms. Marvel.
CBR, which is always good for a laugh. Ms. Marvel proves that Kamala Khan is this generation's Spider-Man. You know who this generation's Spider-Man is? Spider-Man. Okay. You're trying so desperately to get people to like this character, and the worst thing she's the freaking Roman Reigns of the Marvel Universe. They've tried everything to make people like it. Oh, you're going to like her. You're going to like Kamala Khan, and you're going to thank us. What? You think you're too good to like her? I didn't say it was too good to like her. She's a shit character. Ms. Marvel's come a long way from when she first put on the bangle. But heroic deeds, that's the other thing. Her powers are so undefined that they just add shit when they need to. Definitely a bite my copyright moment. Yeah, it's like there was a scene. There was a Futurama.
in Futurama, Fry made a comic book about about himself, Delivery Boy Man. And he just kept adding powers as the plot needed. It just got boring. It really, really, really got boring. And it's like Lilo's like, Fry, you can't just add powers and make the character do whatever you need to. Otherwise, there's no point. Delivery Boy Man is the hero we need. They tried to get everyone to like Captain People. Yeah, they did. Oh, she shows up at the tail end of this.
Yeah, but is it her or Kamala? That was so confusing.
I have no idea.
Was it her? Like, did Kamala Khan just wish her into existence, swap places with her?
Or did she
turn into her? Is that one
or
of
she made herself look like her?
Yeah, because she's obsessed with her. Because Brie Larson drops in and she ends up in that guy who's been stalking.
See the compilation video reactions to that last line said in Ms. Marvel about the mutant gene. No, I didn't. Marvel Sims were all freaking out all over that line. I hated it. I hated it. I freaking hated it.
I never watched X-Men.
And you know why I hated it? Because we are not going to be getting the X-Men that we deserve. We're going to be getting. Listen, I'm not familiar with it, but I know they're just going to screw it up, making her the
teenagers in the hallways.
It's going to be teenagers in hallways, drinking coffee in hallways. It's going to be, it's going to be the CW version of the X-Men. And making her the first mutant is like making Carl Manvers the first Avenger. You just undermine. You're just undermining the whole thing by retroactively trying to shoehorn her in. And Jeff had a video about this last week. And Jeff was like, Jeff was livid. Especially about the game. They put her into the game, into an Avengers game, and the trailer, you were promised, according to that trailer, you were promised a game about Tony Stark, about Iron Man, about Captain America, about Hulk, about Black Widow, about Thor. And you got a Ms. Marvel game.
I played it on for free a weekend. So
yeah.
It's not that bad of a game, but yeah, I don't pay for it. Play it on Game Pass.
Yeah, play it on Game Pass. Here's the thing here. But you got a Ms. Marvel game when everything they didn't show her not one bit in the trailer. You've done everything you can to make this character likable, to make people like her. You're not organically letting people like this character. You're trying to force them to like her. And it's not working. Oh, but her comic book's been rebooted how many times?
7.
Yeah, like 7 times. And here's a dirty little secret. Scholastic that sells the comics, they sell them to middle school libraries. They sell them to middle school and they have to take them. So they pad their numbers out that way. That's one of their dirty little secrets. In superhero movies, part of what has made saving lives worthwhile is the support of the city support a city or community has for its hero. From Batman to the Avengers, there's no shortage of love that goes above and beyond. In Ms. Marvel, Kamala Khan finally experienced more of the same thanks to her heroic choices. But even more exciting than that, she's proven that she is the Spider-Man of a new generation. Stop. Who's this? Nicholas Brooks. Stop, Nicholas Brooks. You're drunk. Let me see what this Nicholas Brooks looks like. Guaranteed.
Like he's a little white
guaranteed.
boy with beard and glasses.
Guaranteed. He's a little white boy from Brooklyn with beard and glasses. Yep.
But he doesn't have glasses.
No, wait. This is not it.
It's a different Nicholas Brooks.
Brooks. CBR.
CBR.
Let's see.
Well, go to his Twitter.
Nicholas Brooks, CBR. Well, let me see if you can.
At Comic Brooks. Go back. Here's the Twitter.
Where?
Go back to the Google search. Go back.
His has got
Instagram.
It's got an Instagram.
I'm on it. He's got
Spider-Man.
This account is private, so you can't even. So yeah.
And he's got Andrew Garfield. How about Twitter?
Yeah.
He got a Twitter.
LinkedIn. What is this? Is this a website? He's got a website of some kind. The next panel with comic books.
Comic Brooks.
Comic Brooks.
What's his Twitter?
Oh, Twitter.
No, that's a Twitter.
Okay.
Twitter.
Okay. Sorry. This is
He
Tumblr.
probably doesn't even have a.
This is Tumblr.
Oh God.
Tumblr's still a thing?
The bird.
Oh.
He doesn't even have pictures of himself.
Doesn't have pictures of himself.
He's got Diddy Kong stoned. So he's so ugly, he doesn't even want to show his face.
Well, maybe it's a privacy thing.
Who's he hiding from?
Who isn't he hiding from?
Nobody's gonna attack him for stabbing Ms. Marvel.
Throughout Ms. Marvel series, Kamala Khan used her strength and kindness to protect her friends and family. Protect her friends and family? Yet when she finally revealed her secret to her loved ones, they all supported her rather than shunned her. That's the typical thing. Everybody loves her. Everybody wants to be popular. For example, Kamala's father gave her her hero name, while her mother gave her a suit desperately needed. Even Bruno offered the mask she's since worn to conceal her identity. But before she made her grand debut,
Little Miss Marvel? I'll just call her Little Miss Marvel now.
But before she made her grand debut,
Little
Miss Marvel, her powers had already made her a celebrity in the community. Isn't the whole thing that every one of these freaking comic books is about somebody just trying to be popular? You know what? And people freaking hate Spider-Man. There are people that hate Spider-Man. But how is... Oh, for God's sake. Spider-Man's a menace. You know, how many times we heard Spider-Man, he's a menace, you know? What secret identity? She's from a girl from New Jersey and a nobody, yeah. Oh, he's got a LinkedIn page too, so let me see if I go back in my history here. History using the comic Brooks, Bucketeer, Brooks. He's got a comic. He's got a LinkedIn page. He's got a Reddit. He's got his own Reddit. What the? Hi, Imam. Awesome job. Oh, for God, he's. For God's sake, you. The smudge on the screen now. Instagram, what is this? Links? What the hell does this mean? Instagram, Reddit, Tumblr. The next panel with Jake and it's a podcast. Home, Reddit, Twitter. Oh, for Christ's sake! Yeah. Okay. So he's Tumblr. What? Tumblr. What is this? 2016. Spider-Man is part of comics Holy Trinity along with Superman and Batman. Kamala Khan is one of those background characters you barely see in Crisis crossover splash panel. Yeah. Reddit has gone to say lovers is soy lovers, pretty much an echo chamber. No, there's good porn on Reddit if you know where to look. And demonetized. Okay, yeah. So then when time came to return the favor, community joined her to keep her safe from damage control. Moments like that are rare in superhero movies because they have other issues to take precedence. But that doesn't mean these moments hadn't happened and made a difference when they did. For example, first two Spider-Man films, Sam Raimi, the city of New York banded together to stand against the likes of the Green Goblin and Dr. Octopus. And doing that brought the hero enough time to save lives, at least on one occasion. That also occurred in The Amazing Spider-Man. That was dumb in The Amazing Spider-Man. They turned the cranes. That was dumb. That was freaking dumb. Marvel Cinematic Universe, Spider-Man is yet to have that moment where people in New York City can protect him from a threat. That would especially be difficult because he's now labeled a criminal and seen as the enemy with few allies. Nevertheless, Kamala has proven that hard work and hope could pay. But her parallels to the web slinger have grown on the surface level of her being a hero. No, they haven't. Since his earliest adventures, Spider-Man has always... here's the difference between... He's always been known for quips. Also, this has been more evident in the MCU, especially since it started as a teenager. In a similar situation, Quality uses quipping and making a light situation at the enemy's expense. But no matter, she's always used her powers to protect rather than fight. That happened when Kamala caught a Jeep before it hit civilians and stopped Cameron from hurting others with a... That was another thing. How you doing, Cam? Oh, I'm being squashed from the inside out. And then all of a sudden, he's fine. Though these moments were brief, they show similar she and Spidey are. No, she's not. She's not similar to Spidey. Ms. Marvel has shown unbridled potential of Kamala Khan and just how resourceful, quippy she could be. But more than that, her heroism impacted an entire community enough to have them stand beside her against enemies they wouldn't likely be able to overcome. While early years Spider-Man set the stage for his behavior, Ms. Marvel taking the reins of show the impact she has on a new generation. But she's terrible. And they turn the comments off. She's a terrible character. She's not like Spider-Man. She's not like Spider-Man. And she's... for God's sake. Why do I have to be the one to explain this? And of course, he's not the only one defending her. Sana Amanat had felt the need to... The lady who ruined Marvel Comics. Or helped ruin them. Is Kamala a villain or someone else? Listen. That was the other thing, too. All of a sudden, these people are... They want the bracelet. They want the bangle. They want the bracelet. Oh, yeah, hey, everything's cool. Then all of a sudden, their motivations just turn on a dime. The writing was just so inconsistent. It was just terrible. Everybody loves her. Everybody loves Miss Marvel. Why is she written from? She needs to be rewritten from the ground up. A fanboy character can be done well. Of course, Sana Amanat felt the need to chime in. Sana Amanat once said, "I have no business working in comics." You got that right. Miss Marvel co-creator. Woke attacks come from a place of anger. How about they come from a place of quality? If you check out our coverage yesterday, season finale, Ms. Marvel, Iman Vellani, starring the Iman Vellani story, it was written by teleplay. Then we had a chance to hear from Vellani and head writer Bisha K. Ali. There was a writer on this about the excellent MCU Game Changer. You can check out that here. Now we're sharing with Vellani, Kamala Khan, and character co-creator series, executive producer Sana Amanat had to say in response to the haters out there. They're haters. Hater. What are you, 15? As many of you know, the well-received series, they have to remind you, it's well-received, found itself victim of the same social media trolls who like to scream woke at anything that dares to embrace the fact that society, thankfully, isn't made up of just white dudes. Who wrote this? Ray Fluke. Let's look up Ray Fluke. Ray Fluke, the Ray Fluke Archives. White dudes. And that everyone deserves to be represented on screen. So what they did was review bomb the series as some attempt at self-fulfilling prophecy to prove their tiny, insignificant point that most saw coming from a mile away. And Ray Fluke is yet another guy with a beard, and he's got a piercing. Yep, he's from New York, he lives in New York, probably from Brooklyn. Man, you give New York a bad name, Ray. I think it comes from a place of anger in the sense that their identities are being threatened. If they can't connect with it, then that's okay. I just wish they wouldn't try to put it down. I'm not sure. Oh, this is the typical, well, if you don't like it, don't say anything. Don't say anything. Why can't I just enjoy it? Why can't you just let people enjoy it? Shut up. Shut up. That's why.
It's bad isn't going to convince somebody who likes it it's bad. I mean, they're...
I'm not sure with NBC Asian America.
People are that stupid that they have to be told what to like.
For a profile article. As Villani sees it, there are some people who will do anything and everything to fight change. How is saying a television show is bad fighting change? I'm not on social media. A 16-year-old not on social media? Yeah, right. I hear things that my mother tells me, though. It's honestly quite laughable. I think change is scary for a lot of people. And having a show that surrounds a 16-year-old girl who's Pakistani and Muslim, who also wants to be more like the whitest woman in the galaxy, and a superhero is scary for a lot of people. I think it's just going to rip the Band-Aid off, and hopefully people will fall in love with her. No, they won't.
I'm sure a little bit, and we're a little less disrespectful to women.
Huh? People will fall. The upcoming star of the Marvels explained, "We're not taking anything away from Captain America and Spider-Man by letting our character exist. There's 2 billion Muslims and South Asians in the world. There's space for her." Then why do people? Then I'd lay even money that more that they're not watching it either. Yeah, I'd lay even, and
Why are they watching it then?
I'd lay even money that they're saying. So when does the new Spider-Man movie come out?
Yeah. So why are they watching it?
Oh, the Captain America.
Maybe they don't want to see themselves on the screen. Maybe we want to see.
I see myself every day. I look in the mirror. Hello, self. How are you? I go to work. I see myself. I see myself in the mirror. I see myself getting on bus. I see myself going to work. Why would I need to see? I know what myself looks like. I want to see other people.
Yeah, maybe they're tired of looking at themselves. There's millions of them. Sorry.
But that's the other thing too. I mean, like, listen, this whole thing about representation. It's not an issue of space, but rather intent. For example, I'd love to see a superhero who is Indian, but they need to be well written. Tokens for the sake of it is insulting and bad. That's right. Because I don't wake up every morning and ask, what kind of Indian thing do I do? Unfortunately, these types only want their skin color represented. Here's the thing about this show. You have to watch it with a dictionary. You have to watch it with a glossary. You have to watch it with an index. Because this show was more worried about teaching people than entertaining them. It was never about, I guess, sneeze. It was never about telling a good story with this character. Hey, let's make this character likable. It was about teaching people about what kind of life a 16-year-old Muslim girl from New Jersey has. It was about teaching people about what's this thing? What happens at a Muslim wedding? What happens at the Eid? What happens in a mosque? What happens at prayer time? All it is, if you want to teach people, fine. Do it on PBS. Yeah, get a radio show on NPR. Write a book. There's mediums to do it. I don't think that this was the right medium to teach.
There's an elaborate plot that the aliens said, how come we only see white people in your entertainment? So everybody's rushing to show everything else so that they don't wipe us out or so that they save us.
Miss Marva. Miss Marva. Okay, that's enough. I'm being insensitive. I'm being very culturally insensitive.
So is too.
Yeah, well, they're leaning into the worst stereotypes. They're not leaning into worst stereotypes.
Dirty watching is. It feels very racist.
And like I said, nobody would have a problem if it was a well-written character, if it was a well-written show. But my God,
she is kind of realistic though. The teenage girls are just
for fuck's sake, some people use headphones.
Teenage girls are just like awful. So I think they got that part right.
Oh my God, Mom!
I know, my husband.
Oh my God! You're totally embarrassing me.
Keep that up and we'll sing Bon Jovi even louder. Yeah. Keep it up, Kamala. We will go to your school and sing Bon Jovi songs at the top of our lungs.
Yes, Kamala. We're going to go. Yes. Oi, we'll go to sing Bon Jovi songs. Like I said, the mom and dad. I love the mom and dad. I love the mom and dad. Listen. Hey, if we were gonna have a show about a Muslim family, about Muslim people in New Jersey, this is the show we'd make. Okay, here we go.
Now streaming on Disney Plus. What do you get when you give the least interesting character in the MCU your own show, and she turns out to be the worst part of her own series? You get the wacky adventures about her infinitely more interesting family. Don't miss Keeping Up with the Cons. See Mom and Dad get ready for Avenger Con. And then enjoy a night away from the kids watching cricket, dancing, and playing with their new unlicensed bootleg smart home device.
Zuzu, turn off the lights.
Oi!
When their ungrateful daughter, whose biggest aspiration is to be more like the whitest woman in the galaxy,
drop the taco, get in the car,
sneaks out of the house and goes to an underground rave at a Brooklyn squat, hilarity ensues when she puts on her grandma's bracelet and unleashes her hidden power. Ouch! It's more fun than you could shake a cricket bat at. Don't miss Keeping Up with the Cons, only on Disney Plus. You know, this all could have been avoided if her little friend had just told her parents that he was going with her. But what do I know?
So that's the series we want to see.
Another episode of that. It's too hot to go out.
Kamal doesn't represent a Muslim girl in Pakistan or similar countries. It only represents American Muslim girls, and this population is not enough for a successful show. You're not wrong.
Yeah.
It's a very narrow thread, that needle they're trying to thread. It really is. This is what we call narrow casting. This is what we call it's narrow casting. You are trying to appeal to a very small subset of the audience. And there's just not enough of them in America, at least, for this to be successful. And it was actually the lowest rated show on Disney Plus. Okay, that's enough. This Miss Marvel sucks. It's not going to get better, no matter how they try to convince us. Canada has a few of those Muslim CBC represented shows, but shows universe, but at least they are funny, so we watch. Yeah, okay. Is it even worth checking the series out? No. Because truth be told, I'm generally curious to see how bad this series. Maybe watch the first couple episodes.
Well, those are the worst. I mean, if you have Disney Plus anyway, you're going to try. But...
Yeah, if you have Disney Plus anyway. Here's the thing. We heard a while back that this series was undergoing reshoots. Okay? We heard there was going to be, they were undergoing reshoots. And you can tell where the reshoots are, in that they drop the whole aesthetic of the stuff blending into the background, and it becomes more of a traditional action kind of series.
Which is the worst part of it.
Yeah, which is the worst part of it, because again, her powers are undefined. They change. People's motivations change. And things happen and there's no explanation. And the motivations just change in an instant. Rob, did you watch the new Resident Evil show? No, I did not. It's a fucking calamity. Some people say Batwoman is better. Ooh. Well, let's not say anything we can't take back. Made it 20 seconds in and we said, that's it. Okay. They're gonna kill the rabbit. See you later. Beavis and Butt-Head.
Well, I assumed they were.
Okay.
I heard they didn't, but I assumed they were.
Okay, so that's enough of that. If you, like I said, avoid Ms. Marvel's not worth the time, not worth the energy. I watch these things so you don't have to. Okay, let's see a kitty now.
Go see a Doctor Strange movie.
Oh no.
What happened?
It fell.
It fell? Oh, he doesn't fall.
His ice cream fell.
And the kitty cat is eating ice cream.
Off the floor. Like a trash panda.
He is a trash panda.
No, he's so cute, isn't he? He's a little rascal. All right, so let's talk a little Star Trek. Now the season's over for Strange New Turds. That doesn't mean that there's an end to the Star Trek news.
Getting pissy with people on Twitter.
Yeah, the Dave Densman's getting pissy with people on Twitter. This appeared on Robert Meyer Burnett's Facebook page, the Post Geek Similarity deal. This is obviously a puff piece written by Variety. At least it looks like it to me, because of the sheer amount of space it takes up. Because, yeah, this doesn't appear as a normal news item. So, Spock, Kirk, Gorn. Oh my. How Star Trek Strange New Worlds breathed thrilling new life into a 56-year-old franchise.
Fuck that.
Written by Adam B. Very. Let's see what Adam B. Very looks like. Oh, he's got Twitter. Adam B. Very. Okay. Yeah, geek with glasses. This senior entertainment writer for Variety, past BuzzFeed News, EW, aspiring scrutineer, opinions, pie, cupcakes, mine, he, him. It's from Los Angeles. How come you never see anybody like me writing for Variety?
You're not a he, him.
He's not a he, him. Spoiler alert discusses pledge plot. Okay, yeah. As with any fandom, Trekkies can be a fickle lot, which makes the enthusiastic reception for Star Trek Strange New Turds, the latest Star Trek series, which just concluded the first season, that much more remarkable. Not since J.J. Abrams' 2009 feature film have fans been this near unanimous in their appreciation. What kind of revisionist history bullshit is this? Near unanimous in their appreciation and even adoration for a new Star Trek venture. There's a lot of people that hated it.
A lot of people hated it, but it was not that bad. It's just not good. That's
Exactly.
Like there's
Which
issues.
is saying something in an era which Trek fans have even more viewing more viewing options than before. For Henry Alonso Myers, executive producer and co-showrunner with the show's creator Akiva Goldsman, the fan response has been gratifying, at least as much as he allowed himself to experience it. I'm a fan, so I go to the outlets that I like and listen to some things. I check Twitter every now and again, he tells Variety, but I also don't want to let that into my head too much because you'll start doing things for the wrong reasons. Part of his job is delivering what fans want, but part of it is creating emotional experiences. And sometimes emotional experiences is challenging. In its first season, Strange New Turds ranks with The Mandalorian, striking a wildly successful balance for a new iteration of a legacy franchise. I got to get a drink of water. Okay. I'm parched. I'm parched. I need sugar. Here.
It's bullshit, and they know it.
Where's my whiskey?
Upstairs. Yeah, that's bullshit, and they know it. I'm taking over. It's bullshit, and they know it because Star Wars and Star Trek are not the same thing. You don't have nearly the same amount of people on board for Strange New Worlds as you did The Mandalorian. You don't have a baby Yoda. There's nothing cute in Strange New Worlds at all. And we're turning into Miss Marvel. I can't see the chat down here. He left me chatless. First season of Strange New Worlds ranks with The Mandalorian. No, it doesn't. Which isn't to say the series has pleased all the people all the time. It's. I think it's better than Discovery, and it's better than Picard for sure. Picard's awful. It's better than Lower Decks. So it's the best of the new ones that I've seen. But for crying out loud, there's still massive problems with it because everything that is wrong with it is related to the fact that it is a reboot of Star Trek with copy and paste characters that were already like this is like coming in and having 90% of the stuff done for you. They're already established characters. They're already established franchise stuff. The world's already laid out. You already have the bad guys. You already have like your Romulans. You already have your Klingons. You already have all of this stuff. And these fucking little hack, no talent writers come in and they copy and paste something and they come in and grab something from somebody else's work. Yeah, you got up.
Yeah, I know because I had to get something to drink.
That's the problem with it.
The South fan service bold, unexpected storytelling. The Gorn, the Romulans, Cybok. How is this unexpected? Everything they've done you've seen somewhere else and been done better. It's been done better. The Gorn are a ripoff of Alien. Now, the story about the kid they plug into the machine is from a short story. I can't remember. It's, those who walk away from Omelas or whatever it was. Which is to say, the series has pleased all people all the time. Set out of the USS Enterprise, roughly a decade before the events of the original Star Trek TV series from the 1960s. Strange New Turds includes a vividly rendered younger versions of classic Trek characters, such as Spork, Uhura, and Nurse Chapel. And it's breathed robust new life into characters from the original Star Trek pilot, namely Captain Christopher Pike, Anson Mount, and his first officer, Una Chin Riley, Rebecca Remignan. Known now only as number one for decades until Strange New Turds gave her a full name.
That is stole from
They stole from a book.
Yeah, they stole from a book.
With all those previously established characters comes a fulsome set of fan expectations of how they should behave and what the universe they inhabit should look and feel like. As a fan himself, Myers understood he had to tread carefully. When someone hands you a Star Trek show, you can't treat it like you're going to break it all the time and only do what you think is safe. Yeah, you should. Myers says, if you do that, you're not going to do a good show. That said, choosing to do things that might push the boundaries is going to bug people. I just don't want to scare them away. To get there, Myers and Goldsman and their team of writers had to learn how to transform one of the most common complaints fans have for a legacy series into an advantage. People will sometimes feel like you're playing with people's childhoods. Myers says, what has been a real freedom for me is to say, I'm not playing with your childhood. The things from your childhood haven't happened yet. I have to act like I don't know what's going to happen. Who doesn't know who she's going to be? But we know who she's going to be. Spock doesn't know who he's going to be.
Yeah, but we do.
We do. If you accept that, you can understand that their experience is real and interesting and happening now.
But I can't.
But you can't because, oh, give me one.
Oh.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Hershey bar.
Fun size. Are you having fun yet?
No. I'm talking about Star Trek. I'm not having fun. I'm putting on back the weight I took off. I don't know.
Probably. Probably. We gotta go for a walk or something tonight.
In an interview, Myers reflected back on some of the biggest highlights and challenges first season of Stranger Worlds. When CBS All Access, now Paramount Plus, relaunched Star Trek as a television series, television enterprise in 2017 with Discovery, it had been 12 years since a Trek show was last on the air. In that time, serialized storytelling became dominant narrative for streaming dramas, especially genre ones. Discovery has followed suit, telling a single ongoing story every season.
Oh, this is another one of their goddamn puff pieces saying that it's better because it's episodic. Fuck these people. That doesn't mean it make it better.
Starting in 2020, Star Trek.
Chance of having one that doesn't suck so bad.
Starting in 2020, Star Trek Picard, a sequel series to Star Trek Next Generation, Star Trek has done the same. Fan response has been mixed. I wouldn't say it's been mixed. There's been a lot of people who have hated it. Trek has ventured into serialization before with the 1990s Star Trek series Deep Space Nine.
This is where I put Reno.
And Discovery, okay, yeah.
This is just an excuse. Yeah, this is marketing and PR because that's in their narrative that it's better because it's episodic. They've been saying this for 2 years.
Telling a really long overarching story is so challenging. I said you don't often get downtime months. Stranger Worlds has forged a middle path with each episode telling a self-contained story while threading longer character arcs that span multiple episodes, or occasionally the whole season. The other Star Trek shows are doing bigger, broader experiments and failing, which I think are cool. They're not. Myers says of Discovery and Picard, they're definitely trying to open up the sandbox and do different kinds of things with Trek. We're sort of the opposite. It's a little easier to be like, we're just going to try to do classic Trek. Myers cites the Next Generation Deep Space Nine as the biggest touchstones for Goldsman and himself. I think with I was a little more in the TNG DS9 world, and Akiva was more TOS. And we found a way to meet in the middle, he says. When I thought about what kind of stories I wanted to tell, that's where I landed. Most episodes of Stranger Worlds focused on one or two characters as a central driver of that week's episode. And self-contained storylines allowed writers more breathing room to allow the characters simply to bounce off each other. This is all fan fiction.
This is all marketing PR shit.
Yeah, that's why I said this is a puff piece. Okay, this goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on. I'm not going to bore you with the rest. But it's
yeah, this is just literally the exact same marketing tool that they've been using for the last couple of years with this one.
Yeah, they're just trying. Who are you trying to convince, me or you? That's always thing.
I don't know how much it got me to read that goddamn article, and I wish they'd start paying me.
Like I said, so this is trying to do.
The dicks get all the fucking Star Trek perks, not me.
Mm-hmm. So okay, so like I said, this is obviously a puff piece. I don't believe a word of it. You can find it Variety if you want to read the whole thing. I've read just about all of it before I went on the air. You're not convincing me. This show is still the reason why is because you're stealing. You're just, and I'm not the only one saying this. Robert Meyer Burnett's saying this. A lot of people are saying this. You are stealing the material. You are blatantly plagiarizing it. But the worst thing is you're not even doing anything interesting with it. I remember when another station started doing a ripoff of The Daily Show? Louis Black said, "How you like that? They stole the idea that we stole." It's not even so much that you're stealing ideas, you're just copying and pasting them. Just copy and paste. That's all. Copy and paste. They have a total of 2 original characters on the show. And the third that's kind of original is a derivative of the one that you saw at TOS. Khan.
They killed off Emmer.
You killed off the Andorian. Why? Well, for what?
Diversity.
He was too white.
He was blind, and the actor was blind. They put a blind actor out of work.
The actor was blind?
Yeah.
No. See that?
They put a blind actor out of work there, so I put diversity's ass.
We love diversity, except when it comes to blind people.
Yeah, unless he quit because the show sucked.
Yeah, probably.
We'll give him the benefit of the doubt. He quit.
All right. Well, that's enough. So you're not convincing me. You're not convincing me anything. I am. We've been going for about an hour and 5 minutes. It's almost time to wrap. Do we have any animal news? Let me see. Let me check my Twitter. Usually, Techie Mantha sends me something.
Look at the emu. Show the emu.
Oh, well, that's, yeah.
That was a TikTok.
Actually, yeah, Techie Mantha sent me this feature about Jeremy Clarkson. So this qualifies. It's not really weird news, but it's Jeremy Clarkson. That's always good for a giggle. Jeremy Clarkson's new restaurant won't feed vegetarians or vegans. Well, maybe stop being annoying. Jeremy Clarkson successfully opened his Diddly Squat restaurant after months of squabbling with the local council over whether he could or not. In the end, council rejected his proposal over claims that it would disrupt the area's natural beauty. But this didn't stop Jeremy, who instead found a loophole allowing him to open the restaurant in a slightly different location. Now the restaurant's been open for a few days, and reviews have been piling in. I covered very negative review recently, but overall people have been very interested in what the restaurant has to offer, as long as they're meat eaters. As advertised on the restaurant's booking website, this restaurant isn't quite like the others. Before making your booking, you should know it's small, mostly outdoors, and very rustic. Ordering a beer or going to the lavatory isn't as easy as in your local pub, and we don't cater to the fatty. The fatty? What does that mean, the fatty?
Fat people.
Oh, don't cater to the fatty. I have to look that up now. Faddy.
Oh, food fad people.
Oh, okay.
Food fad, like
Yeah. Liking or disliking particular things, especially food, for no good reason. Yeah, fatty. Okay. We've done our best to keep you warm and dry, but this is England. On the upside, the view is enormous. Almost everything you eat was grown or reared on our farm, so it's fresh with minimal food miles. There's no menu as such. We simply serve what's available that day. But worry not, your table will be given a selection of snacks and starters, followed by a roast and a pudding. We had planning permission turned down, but we're opening anyway. Everyone at Diddly Squad has spent the last 3 months becoming an expert in planning regulations, and we found a delightful loophole. We're going to sell all the stuff we produce on the farm and finally make some profit from the stuff we grow rather than run up losses. While this sounds like the right mindset, many could be disappointed to find out the restaurant doesn't cater to vegetarians or vegans. The menu changes most days, with each day focusing on meat. This isn't unsurprising, with Jeremy being famous for his views against vegetarians and vegans. When he took his first lambs to be slaughtered, he said the following: I was present at all their births. I raised them. I fed them. I loved them. And I picked them up and cuddled them and went, oh, aren't they sweet? They gambled around the fields outside the house and made very attractive noises. And now they're off to the abattoir. That's just everybody likes roast lamb. Well, I do. On a Sunday, so that's where we went and I ate them. So, okay, that's ends rather abruptly. Stories about James Mayhew. Well, so that's ends rather abruptly, this article. But okay, that's where that comes from. I'm in Canada. We took the best food from America and the UK, but the UK didn't have any. That's actually pretty funny. Well, all our food comes from other places. There's hardly any real American dishes. Vegans who go to a steakhouse and demand vegetarian dish should also be beaten to death with lamb cutlets. Does the orange cat ever fight with Zabu? No, they kind of play, but they are getting along extraordinarily well. Also, that is kind of animal news. Yeah, that is kind of animal news. Yeah, they're buddies. So, all right, everyone. Yeah, I'll set it on Twitter and I'll share the picture. Yeah, but we're coming up on 1 hour, 12 minutes. And let's see. We're going to share a picture. Yeah, it's about a 30-second video. Pardon me. I did mute. You sending it on Twitter?
Yeah, it's taking forever to upload.
Okay, well, I'm also using internet here. So. No emu news. What's the name of that? Knuckle Bumper Farms?
Yeah, Knuckle Bumper Farms.
If you look up Knuckle Bumper Farms, you see this young lady. She's raising all kinds of animals, and she has a couple emus, and they cause a lot of trouble. Okay, here's Agent Orange Cat and Zabu. I call him Larry Zabu. Let's see if I can share this. Come on. I don't want to share the DM.
Yeah, good. Yeah, just play your screen capture.
Well, yeah. Well, I gotta. But I can't get to it from here. That's the problem. Maybe we could do it in another window. Just separate this tab. You know. I could just do it that way. I still want some privacy. Okay, it's not giving me. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Hopefully, can people see that? There we go. There's two buddies. They got their catnip-filled bananas. Hey, what are you doing? Don't take my Nana. So there you go. There's the two guys. Little guys. So, yeah, they're adorbs. All right, everyone. There's your little animal moment. All right, we will wrap it up here, everybody. 1 hour, 15 minutes in. Everyone, as always, lead the stream up. Everyone, enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Enjoy your week. Have a good day, evening, night. Are cats afraid of a cucumber? We'll see. We don't have any cucumbers handy. Everyone, have a good rest of your day. You gonna do a stream later?
Probably.
Meg's probably gonna do a stream later. Everyone, we will catch you next time.